Hi Flosstube. Welcome back, long time no see. Welcome to Flosstube number 22. So this is a 2-month update. Let's just dive in. I have a big important finish. Oh gosh. Okay, here it is. It is, oh my gosh, I think it's called like Reindeer Hedgehog stocking. It's a Dimensions regular collection on 14 count white Aida. I finished my stocking. It's not stocking shaped yet, but the toe will be over here. When I showed my mom, like, I finished my stocking, she was like, because there's so much, you know, negative space, it just kind of looks like a regular cross stitch, but I'll make it into a stocking. And I finished my husband Dan's a couple of months ago, in June, I think. So then I just went ahead and did my own. Super cute. So since I last saw you in July, I finished this obviously. I put in 2,480 stitches over 6 days, and that is counting half stitches the same as a whole stitch, instead of like saying 2 half stitches equals a whole stitch. So it was less than 2,480 stitches if you want to, you know, like nitpick it, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. I used to count like that, but yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so cute. So cute. Oh yeah, I did cording and couching for the first time. That bow and the little string on the sled. Amazing. It's not nearly as difficult or as scary as I thought it would be. Here's the back. It looks pretty good. Okay. Done. Not gonna throw this one. Might not throw any today. Okay, next up, the one I made the most progress on is Summer Fairy, 4,696 stitches over 15 days. I'm not doing before and afters today, sorry. It just takes so long. My friend Joss Home, sorry Joss, got this for me out of the kindness of her heart because she knows how much I love the seasonal fairies, and this kit was new this year and I totally wasn't gonna get it, but then Joss sent it to me. So nice. So pretty. So pretty. So, as I always say, I have 4 seasonal like Dimensions fairy ladies, and I used to really try to pressure myself to get a page done in the season that the fairy represents, but that's just not realistic for me. I did still get a lot done, but I'm also not working, whoops, that's sideways. I'm not working page by page anymore. I started diagonal parking, and it has been a game changer for me. It's amazing. So yeah, I mean, like, it's really amazing to have all this filled in, because I strayed from my diagonal here. Don't yell at me. But sorry, just got a text from work. No, I'm not coming in tonight. Anyway, oh yeah, so I strayed from the diagonal here, but the way I was stitching before was, you know, if I started working on this light green here, I would just kind of like follow the light green all over the place. And, you know, 4,696 stitches of just like splotches of colors doesn't go as far as a full, you know, huge corner of this piece. Like, I think I might be like, I don't know, maybe I'm at least like 15% done with this. That sounds like, oh my gosh, that sounds like nothing. Oh well. It looks amazing. There are some sparkly bits in the wing, in the blue and the white. Gosh, I don't think you're gonna be able to see them, but there's a blending filament and it's really, really pretty. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to capture that. But it's there. It's there. And I've been really good. I've done a little bit of back stitching as I'm going. And I've done a couple French knots as I've been going. And I mean, for the most part, I've been sticking really inside the diagonal. Yeah. Working great for me. I think that's just gonna be how I stitch nowadays. And I'm just not gonna worry about running out of floss, because I will cross that bridge if I ever get there. But I figure I have so many dimensions kits, maybe I can just like dig through and pull a thread here or there of the same color if I do run into problems because I'm parking and people say that that uses more floss. But I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay. And if not, I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw these today. Maybe next time if I'm, maybe next time it'll be Rascal Hour again. Excuse me, when I open a LaCroix. Delicious peach pear. You know, now that I'm 29 and just hurtling rapidly towards 30, do I love a crispy, sparkling water. I love LaCroix now. Okay. Next up, you might not even remember this one, especially because I don't regularly upload and update y'all. But this is called Dragonfly Pond. It's a Dimensions Gold collection. It's an older one. You can kind of tell by the, I don't know, if you're a real, you know, Dimensions head like I am, as soon as I hold up like this much of it, you can tell that this is an older kit. It's from 2005. So it is really pretty. The original artwork is by Kim Kirky. Really pretty. It looks like stained glass. So there's a fair amount of half stitches on this one that I've done too. So I got 1,785 stitches done over 4 days. Oops, I'm trying not to have threads like just completely obstructing the view. But I do have a really long hanging thread. But so I kind of tried my like diagonal parking method with this, but that's pretty difficult when it's a circle with a bunch of negative space too. Like, as you can see, the fabric is dark blue, so a lot of this, yeah, that's just, I did like modified diagonal parking. But yeah, it looks really good. Oh gosh, maybe I should hold this up behind it. Yeah. Oh yeah, looks so pretty. This is 14 count Aida as well. Oops. And Summer Fairy is 16 count Aida. Yeah, as I said earlier this year, I love 14 count Aida these days. You know, a couple years ago I was like, oh, I'm like way too advanced to be using 14 count Aida. Well, now I'm back, and there's a reason that it's, you know, kind of what everybody starts with and what a lot of kits are on. It's good. The stitches look like stitches, you know, like I can see my X's as X's, and, you know, there are times when you want your cross stitch to look like cross stitch instead of, you know, tricking people and being like, can you believe this is cross stitch, like on big Heaven and Earth designs. No, I like that this looks like cross stitch and I can see all the stitches individually, and you know, these look like X's because they are X's, because it is cross stitch. Yeah, I hope you know what I'm saying there. I'm out of practice. Every time I come back, I'm like, oh, I haven't made a Flosstube in so long. Oh well. Okay, next up is Aurora Cabin. This is another oldie but goodie. This is like the third, the third project I ever started when I first started stitching. So for some reason back then I like cut my sheet up so it would fit in some bag, but I just cut it like a preschooler. But anyway, this is also on 16 count Ada from the kit, and woohoo, you know, one of these days I'll get to go absolutely ham and do all these French knots all over the sky. But today is not that day. So I also was filling this in with diagonal parking since I just love that so much. So I got 1,630 stitches done over 3 days. Once again, most of those were probably half stitches, like in the sky here. Yeah. See, I've been doing the diagonal. Yeah, but you know, I've got all this stuff done. I started this in the center, you know, since I started it when I was so new to stitching. Oh my gosh, these are some really long hanging threads. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Whoops. Whoops. Don't yell at me, but I keep my needles just on every project. One day in the future, maybe I'll be mad if I let one rust there, but I haven't been stitching long enough for that to be a problem yet. Yes, I started this in May of 2019. Yes, maybe June. But anyway, I started stitching in maybe like April of 2019. So you can see, since this is an older one. Oh yeah, by the way, if you don't remember, I stitch in hand. So sorry, I'm like getting distracted because I have the curtains open for some natural light. But anyway, I stitch in hand, and the tension on this is, you know what, I'm even gonna say it's still pretty good, honestly, but it has warped. Well, I warped it when I was working on it initially because I didn't know the best ways to get good even stitches while stitching in hand. I'm not, you know, perfect at that. Like, there's a reason people use hoops, but I just prefer not to. And then you can see, like, you can just see, like, lines of where it's just pulling kind of strangely from where I was figuring out my way that I prefer to stitch. I was kind of going like back and forth in rows of 10, or like here I would go all the way across and all the way back without, I don't even know how to explain it. If you stitch in hand, you probably know what I did, but without drawing a diagram, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. But I don't do whatever the heck I was doing anymore. And see, look how much better this corner looks. Yeah, this looks really good. My husband really likes this one. I mean, my husband, he likes them all. You know, he's encouraging. But, gosh, I'm glad I started with the cabin because it looks amazing. Even with threads hanging all in front of it. It looks so good. Yeah, I don't think there's really there's not a ton of back stitching in this, you know, for a Dimensions Gold kit. Like, a lot of it was in the house, which 2019 Allie took care of. And then I think most of it is just kind of like outlining some rocks and some tree branches on like one tree. Like, you know, once I really get on a roll with this thing one day, you know, it won't be, it's not like I have a whole bunch of back stitching to catch up on. Oh, but I just remembered those French knots. That's probably what's gonna bog me down. But that's okay, I like French knots, so it won't be too bad. Okay. Yeah, so then I did 2,174 stitches over 7 days on the collectors. My husband got this for me last year on my birthday. All by himself. I didn't even ask for it. He just like Googled like witchy cross stitch patterns. Like that, it was just a gift straight from the heart, because this is spooky. It's from Autumn Lane Stitchery. Everything else I've shown has been Dimensions. Yeah, Dimensions Gold even. So this project, just admire it again for a sec. Look at all those spooky greens. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, so this project is on 28 count even weave that I dyed myself. So it's shrunk down pretty much to like 30 count. But I'm stitching it 2/2. Full cross, obviously. And I am just about done with one page out of 4 pages. Oh my gosh, I just got tangled and my nail polish just chipped. This is a disaster. Okay. Yeah, if I could just finish this, if I could just get down to here where this is, that would be a page. I'm like 5 rows shy of having a page finish, but I just couldn't quite do it. So I've got, and the page like stops like halfway through this spooky collector. Yeah, so I've got stuff on all 4 pages. But once again, I kind of did my diagonal parking method and just zipped right through this. Yeah, but I will say this page has the most negative space. So, excuse me. Oh my gosh, LaCroix. I'm sorry, I'm so out of practice. Oh my gosh. My throat's gurgling from the LaCroix. Oh my gosh. I'll just drink some more. That'll help fix it, right? Okay. Anyway, so the other 3 pages aren't gonna go as fast, but that's okay. There are only like 9 colors in this, so that'll help it go by quickly. Yeah, okay, you know how everybody like hates Kit Ada, especially like Dimensions Kit Ada, because they're like, it's so stiff, it's horrible to work with, I hate it. Well, I hate this floppy, soft fabric because I require some sort of like support or something, because I'm holding it, you know, rolled up, and I'm stitching in hand, and I don't like when it's all flopping all over the place. Like, okay, I did a great job softening it up and dyeing it with Rit dye. Wow, I did an amazing job. I did too good of a job. It's too soft. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. It's so stiff, you know, I roll it up and keep it rolled up and stuff, and then it just like stays. It won't even unroll. That's the kind of fabric I like to work with. I don't know. Everybody's, you know, telling you how to soften up fabric. How do I stiffen it up? I'm joking. I don't think that would work. I don't know. What's that stuff that you, do I starch it? That's not gonna work. I'm just gonna have to just do it. Swoosh. Okay. If you're following me, hats off to you, because I'm a little bit all over the place. I skipped one. So, okay, I will insert a picture here. Let me just write down the timestamp. Oh my gosh, that's silly. Okay, anyway, this is Long Dog Sampler House of Fun. If you followed me in the past, I was working on a long dog as my huge, like, main focus piece for a year. It was Templar Prophecy. It's beautiful, gorgeous, amazing. Paid a fortune to have it framed, but it was all worth it. So I've just been missing having a long dog, and I had this just barely started last I spoke to you. This is 18 count Ivory Ada, and as much as I have been loving the 14 count, ooh, I do love 18. I can't talk. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm annoying you. I'm loving this 18 count, you know, for what it is too, because these stitches are small. They, you know, I cannot see the cross. It is not evident that this is needlework cross stitch. These, you know, flow together to the point where you can't distinguish like each individual pixel. So I really like 18 count. I have, once again, nearly a page finish. I think the page probably stops there, and I know it stops like there, but I didn't want to cut off the crocodile and have like tension issues since I stitch in hand. If I were to go back and, you know, I might have like dialogue issues or something, who knows. So anyway, okay, every time I stitch on this, I keep thinking this is a horse, but obviously these are antlers, like this is some sort of deer or reindeer or something, but I keep thinking that it's a horse, which is some random curly cues on its head. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's stitched in DMC 820, which is my favorite DMC. It's the most beautiful DMC of all. Stunning, gorgeous. Okay. We already talked about my finish. Those were all of the whips. That's everything I've touched since I saw you last 8 weeks ago. So I've done a total of 15,429 stitches over 45 stitching days out of like 60. That's really good. I think that's great. It's not realistic for me to stitch every day. It's not realistic for most people to do their hobby every day. So that's great. Let's see, that's 75%, I believe. That's great. Okay, plans. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say, happy fall, y'all. The first day of autumn is my favorite day of the year. It is magical and amazing, and I'm gonna make some soup soon. I'm gonna make like hearty, like cream of mushroom and broccoli and celery and a bunch of cilantro soup. It's gonna be so good. And I don't even care if my husband doesn't like pretty much any of those flavors. It's my soup. I will eat a whole pot of it. Delicious. Okay. Anyway, yes, happy fall, y'all. So, I get to work on Fall Fairy now. So excited. Oh, I had such a nice time working on Summer Fairy, and I know I'll be so excited to pull her out next June. And now it is time for Fall Fairy. Oh my gosh, so exciting. And I always want to call her Autumn Fairy because that's so fancy, but she is Fall Fairy by Dimensions Gold. Once again, this was the 4th thing I ever started. I started it after Aurora Cabin. I started a few months after. Because why would you finish a huge project before you started another huge project? Mm-mm. 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 We like instant gratification here. Beautiful. This is also 16 count Ada. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Yeah, once I finish filming this and get my soup started, this is what I'm gonna be doing. My husband suggested I pull her out, and he said, no, you can work on Fall Fairy. And I pulled her out, and I was like looking at where I am on the pattern, and you know, like, okay, I'll probably try to do her in diagonal parking as well. And I was like, I had my little pencil out to start marking the diagonals, and I was like, no, this is wrong. I can't work on Fall Fairy when it's summer. So I put some more stitches into Summer Fairy, and now it is time for Fall Fairy. Beautiful. My husband was like, yeah, you can finish her this fall. I mean, I have 1 page done. Yes. Is the back stitching done? No. Why would it be? And then I've got a lot of the 2nd page done. I think, okay, I'm gonna finish this 2nd page. It would be totally awesome if I could do more than that too, but let's set some realistic goals, people. Yeah, really good. Maybe I should go in and work on some back stitching right off the bat. Like, give this poor woman a mouth, for goodness sake. And like, oh my gosh, all these leaves, holy cow. Oh, that's gonna be quite an undertaking. But, I mean, look at all the leaves the few leaves that I do have backstitched. I mean, oh my God. Stunning, incredible. That's what I should do. I should do that thing where you do a little bit of back stitching, and then you do, some regular stitching, and then a strand of back stitching, and then a strand of regular stitching. I'd probably need to do that for the whole rest of this project though, because that's a lot of leaves to be back stitching. Okay. Just this morning, I got a comment from Nikki saying, oh my gosh, I had to go get Bird Dog after, I believe I showed this in my last video, maybe a couple of videos ago. Another dimensions kit. This one is just regular dimensions, not gold. This looks like my precious son, Rufus. I took the most darling picture of him a little while ago. Let's see, 28. Let me write the timestamp for that too. Okay, I'm just trying to make it easier. If I'm gonna insert pictures, that's what I gotta do. Okay, anyway, my son Rufus, love him. So this is Bird Dog by Dimensions. This is on 14 count white Ada. I have just been looking for an excuse to start this, and I truly believe, like, I knocked out my Dimensions regular collection non-full coverage on 14 count Ada. I knocked that thing out in a matter of weeks. Like, yeah, hold on. I finished, hold on. Let me look at my notes. Excuse me. I started it in July. I finished it in July. I think if I start this, I can finish it pretty quickly. Yeah, Rufus looks just like this. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a lab. Rufus is a Staffordshire Terrier, aka a pit bull. But he looks just like this. He's the same color. He looks just like this. He kind of looks like a lab in profile. And he he basically has a fake ID that says he's a lab, because a lot of the times at the shelter they will say like any dog is a lab to help get them adopted, because people love labs because they're a great breed. And like, I don't know, you can kind of convince yourself anything is a lab mix. Like, this is a pit bull, but he's a lab. He's a lab mix, totally. Yeah, when I had to pull out Rufus's like rabies vaccine shot a little while ago, and I pulled it out and it had his name from when he was at the shelter, which was Sassafras, and it says that he's a brown lab, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is Rufus's fake ID. But anyway, Nikki and I are gonna stitch this. She's gonna let me know when hers comes in the mail. And then I get an excuse to start this adorable piece for my boy. And I know, like, I'm gonna wanna have this up, and you know what? Dogs do not live forever. Like, I should stitch this and have it while I still have Rufus. And hopefully I have him for many years to come. He's only 4 right now, you know, allegedly. Who knows how old he actually is, because he's a rescue. But yeah, so since it's fall, I'm probably gonna work on Quaker pumpkins at some point. And I'll be honest with ya, I don't know when I'll come back. Hopefully by 2 months. But I figured I'll pull this out just because it's fall and I could see myself wanting to work on this. So this is on 18 count opalescent. I don't know what color. I think it might be called Stardust or something. It's from Zweigart. Oops, that's inside out. Or backwards. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Imagine how big this would be if it was on 14 count. Like, I thought it was going to be pretty small since I put it on 18 count. It's huge. So I changed the border to a variegated dimension. I mean, I just can't stop talking about dimensions. A variegated DMC color. And I really like it. And I did that because my mom kitted this up for me. And it was a Christmas present, and that was so nice of her. And this is, you know, this helped me be creative, so this is not a bad thing. But she didn't buy multiple skeins of the like black and gray variegated color, so that's why I had to get creative, and it looks great. Yay. Oh my gosh. I have got to get this border done. Borders just, oh, I do not like stitching them. Don't like stitching them. Okay. Excuse me, I keep scratching my nose. If you have a floss tube, you know. If you have a nose ring, you know. If you have 2 nose rings, ooh, I've got the itchy nose trifecta. Okay. Oh, I also think I might start this adorable little buttons and beads Mill Hill kit called Harvest Corn. Ooh, it looks, yeah, that's full coverage and with a lot of beads, but oh my gosh, it's like ugly cute, you know what I mean? Especially this green background. Ugh. That's ugly. And like, I don't know, all of these colors on their own. Oh, but how cute is the corn with the beads as kernels? Super cute. Super cute. Yeah. I could see myself starting this soon. Yeah, I deserve a starter too. Everyone does. Go start something if you want. Knock yourself out. Okay, that's it for the stitching. I do have a life update. major trigger warning, major bummer alert. If you don't want to hear about that, that's fine. I will talk to you later. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my inconsistent ass. See you later. Okay. Oh, guys, I'm sad. You could probably tell. I'm going through having a miscarriage, and you guys know that I'm an oversharer. If you've watched me, you've heard me overshare. And I'm sad, and this is one of the reasons why I'm finally back today, was I realized filming Flosstubes always cheered me up, and also I could just use some kind words from my Flosstube aunties and big sisters and anybody who's been through this sort of thing. Or also, I know a lot of you are pretty witchy like me, and if you would like to send me some good vibes, if you want to freaking think about me and help me feel better, that would be great. If you want to say something nice to me in the comments, that would be great. I could use it. Excuse me. Nope, not gonna cry. Yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad, and sorry, not trying to be a weirdo. Okay, I'm good. Okay, this is coming completely unhinged. All I wanted to do was just ask for a little support from y'all. I've got support in my real life. My husband, my mom, my dad, my sister-in-law, amazingly supportive. My job, incredibly supportive. I'm a nurse, I work with women, so don't worry about me. But special request, if you want to say something nice in the comments or DM me on Instagram, that would really help me a lot, especially if you've been through something similar. And people never talk about it until it happens to them. It has happened to me, so just want to put it out there if anybody else is experiencing it too. I'm good. I'm sorry. This is super bummer. But anyway, yeah, not talking about it and, not telling anybody I was pregnant until I got out of the first trimester. Yeah. Didn't protect me and didn't make it hurt any less. So I'm just trying to be open. If anybody else has experienced that, you're not alone. It's quite common. And I'm gonna close on another funny Rufus story because he's just so darn cute. Maybe I'll even put another cute Rufus pic up here. Okay, so yeah, when I first got Rufus and I was gonna take him to the vet and get checked out because he came from the shelter, so who knows what was up with him. But anyway, we just were calling the vet to get a checkup, and they're asking me his name, and I was like, well, his paperwork says Sassafras, but his name is Rufus now. And they were like, okay, can you spell that? I spelled it 3 different times, Rufus. And then they're like, okay, and what's his last name? And I was like, oh, well, Knight, I guess, because it's my last name. Spelled that too, because it's Knight with a K. And I spelled Rufus's name seriously at least 3 to 5 times on this phone call. And then it was August 2021. Excuse me, I'm all over the place. I'm tearing up. I'm freaking burping. Sorry if this deters you. Smash that thumbs down button if you don't like it. Okay, anyway, so we get to the vet, and because it was deeper into the quarantine times, we had to be buzzed in, and we couldn't wait in the waiting room. We had to wait in the car until it was time for the appointment. Anyway, so the receptionist is being a bouncer at the door, basically, who is this? And I was like, oh, this is Rufus. He has an appointment. And they were like, no, we don't have an appointment for Rufus. And I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, like he should have an appointment. You know, I got the email, blah, blah, blah. And then they were like, could this possibly be Ruff Ruff? And we like laughed and laughed. We were like, I mean, I guess so, but his name is Rufus. They thought his name was Ruff Ruff. So that's his nickname now. Yeah, thank you for listening. Sorry if this was a hot mess. It was. But anyway, yeah, happy fall. Start something new if you want. Make some soup that your husband doesn't like if you want. Let's see. Stitch something spooky if you want. Drink a LaCroix if you want. Okay. Hopefully next time when I'm back, it'll be back to Rascal Hour. I'll be throwing things. I'll be laughing at my own jokes. Oh yeah, one more thing. Okay, I finished my sleeve. If you've been keeping up with me, I got the red shading and then some white on it as well. It's difficult to show this thing, but look at, I mean, the pumpkin hasn't changed, but, and this, I haven't shown it for a while, but this is kind of my own homage to Contessa with Squid. I've got some spooky bees. I've got a knight because my last name is Knight, and a planchette, and a very cool candle, and a spooky enchantress, and some crystals, and yeah, and a rat. Yeah, super happy with it. Okay, thanks for watching. Love you. See you later. Bye.